This is going live.
You heard him. This is going
Racing
live.
and puzzle games. Oh my.
I'm doing my best to capture your window, but it's a
Sure
little
deal.
off.
Really?
Yeah, missing the very top of
Oh,
the
actually,
screen.
good call. Good call. That's actually, I was trying to. There you go. You happy now? You can see the whole game. Game developers, such divas.
Well, it's important.
Yeah.
Gotta see this stuff.
Rename
It's good stuff.
video games. Okay, how does this one showing up, by the way? Rename.
John, that. Of course, the windows are different sizes, so
I
why would you make this easy for me?
Yeah, this is my fault here. Not your fault for assuming things.
All right.
Twitch.tv/Rixter, the GT. R to the X to the double GT. This is nice. I'm in the past.
Actually, what
All
does mine
right.
look like?
Okay.
Need to make sure to mute my stupid sound. Also,
Yeah, your sound is pretty stupid. I wasn't going to say nothing.
no, my sound's awesome.
Okay.
Sound
All right.
volume mixer. And I got a lot of stuff going on here.
So what's this artifact here? Because we should discuss some of this. Like this is interesting with the like line through the text on all of them.
That is, I'm glad you noticed. That is my awesome Radical Racers font.
Strike through.
And yeah, you should
The
have
the the
seen the
the, the,
first
the
version of the font. It was almost unreadable because that line was so huge. And then my friends were like, "Dude, we can't even read. We can't even read it." And I'm like, "That's good feedback, thank you." So I made it slightly better. So
I'm
yeah,
going to argue it's not really a font so much as strike through, which
it's
is
nuts.
which is
That's
a call.
what it's.
Oh, so Giraffe is in my chat, which is sweet. And I'm
Nice.
just as an FYI, if you want to see side by side comparison, I'm twitch.tv/RixterGT. I mean they both work. Like you can if you're at twitch.tv/nerd numbers, you're fine. You're not missing
Yeah.
anything because that's the bad window, as we call it. Like in my little display thing in 2TV gaming, I have good TV and bad TV. I'm not going to say whose
Huh.
is whose,
Hmm.
but someone's is bad TV and someone's is good TV. And mine's the good TV. So
Hey,
let
you just
let
said you
you.
weren't gonna say.
Oh, but I guess you didn't know. I lied. All right,
Wow.
name. Let's go with. Oh, backspace doesn't work. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, that's so yeah. What what
What?
you're playing here is
Okay, let's start over.
all right.
So I'm DDRE.
Yeah.
Um, I am in the Radical World Championship, not to be confused with the championship.
Uh-huh.
These are different things. I have had one race, which I don't remember. I have $6,000, which is pretty cool.
No, you're
I
on race one. All right, but you do have $6,000.
uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
All right. I have 0 wins, 0 losses, one car, but the car doesn't have an engine, but it does have suspensions and tires. So if my car doesn't have an engine but does have suspension, I guess you could say it's suspended.
I guess.
Okay.
If you
Let's try
hit
this
delete
again.
if you hit delete on a name, it will delete that game. No questions
But I
asked
but
either.
I
It
just
will
I just
just do it. Yeah.
I just want to note this. I just did this, but this is key.
Hmm.
I want any future person. So what do you mean delete? How do I hit delete?
You just hit delete.
Like I'm doing backspace. Are you actually talking the actual delete key? Where is that even on a keyboard?
Look,
Delete?
I I
Wow. Wow. Okay, so this is a first. Radical Racers, one of the first things I've dealt with in years that uses the delete key. For those that don't know, on a Mac keyboard, the delete is right above backspace on the right side. Who knew?
that's sounds dumb.
Wow.
Um,
All right.
Also, fun fact, the track editor for this game, which I do not have implemented here, required the use of the numpad, which you'll notice
I mean,
most
that's
laptops
just
do
good.
not
That's just
have.
good. That's just good design.
Yeah, but
Um,
like numbers don't work. The numpad itself is the only thing that works. Um,
wait,
anyway,
wait. So what you mean is I can use the numpad, but I can't use the numbers on the standard keyboard.
not on the top row. No, those won't do anything because it's looking for the numpad key. But we don't have to worry about that here. All right, so anyone wondering what is going on here? We are looking at Radical Racers version X.0. Radical Racers is a game I made when I was first learning how to program in C++ back in 2001. And it so from like 2001, 2004, I made this game. It's C++. It was Direct Draw, which was before Direct 3D. Um, so and Direct 3D was out at the time, but like most of the tutorials I found were on Direct Draw, so I started with that. I thought it'd be easier. That's not really, I don't know if that's a good decision or not, but that's what I went with.
All
What
right.
we're
While
playing here
Lannon's
is
talking,
is
by the way, let's do one thing first, so I can actually do some like background playing as you're talking, because I do want to hear it. I'll play my version, but let's
yeah,
talk. So the game has started.
yeah.
Um, and here's what I'll give. Here's what's funny. As fun as it is to mock like simple UI things like, hey, I can't hit delete or whatever.
Hmm.
I will give you that to your point, right? Like I can delete pretty easily. It's kind of scary. You don't do a confirmation.
Oh
But
yeah.
you're saying you just learned. So you're obviously not doing like basic design patterns or like it's weird when I say design patterns, meaning like patterns of design, not like the computer programmer design pattern.
Hmm.
Programmers are the worst. We take normal words that people use for normal things and we rename things that just to be confusing. You're welcome. Um, but basically the game is functional, right? Like you have a workable menu that supports everything I need. And we've just gone through a bunch of vintage Nintendo games, Castlevania. We went through the Metroids. Let's see, at some point we might do Mario again, right? We did the Mega Mans,
Hmm.
and those have all had their fair share of like obnoxious menus. So as fun as it is to be playing a browser game in the year 2023, how the hell did that happen?
Hmm.
And kind of mock it like we have contemporary stuff from around. Like we played games from the 90s recently. We're like, oh, this menu doesn't make any sense. So you have a functional menu, which I will give you props for. Now, the one bit of confusion, and here's the one. So the game starts. I have four options: race, garage, shop, exit. Now,
Hmm.
as fun as it was to mock your strike through text choice, was a choice. Wasn't a good choice, but it was a choice. I'll applaud you for that. I actually really like this like chrome blue font. This looks pretty rad.
Thank you.
This truly belongs in the game Radical Race, especially for like 90s. Like this is reminding me of like, I forgot the name. We've talked about it before, like the mutant racing game,
Rock and Roll Racing.
rock and roll racing.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
very
that kind of
very good
stuff.
game. Yeah.
So our options are race, garage, shop, exit. Now I've messed with exit a few times, pretty straightforward. That's pretty good. Now let's go here though. Race. I'm at race. Very
Yes.
first, very first option.
Yeah.
Go right, I can go left, can't do anything. Go down and I can hit race and enter, doesn't do anything. Exit. So
So
not
so
strictly bad, but in a game called Radical Racers, the very top option says race. I go to race.
and you can't.
No.
And if you did have sound on, you would hear a sound that doesn't help you at all. But it does make a sound to like.
I'll briefly turn it on and then see what it sounds like. And you'll be able to hear this on my stream a little. You know what? I'm actually like, again, this is a silly nitpick, and it's not even
Well,
a real nitpick. So, but by the way, I'll say like it is very frustrating that me trying to live stream this, I can't really control the sound. And if I was on Windows, I'd be able to do this. I don't understand why Mac hasn't just ripped off Windows' ability to control sound inputs as easy. Maybe I'll figure out dual boot, but I'm on a newer computer. I haven't set up dual boot on. Those sound effects are pretty good. I'm actually going to give you solid feedback there. That was pretty cool because that sounded like almost like the tire thing where you're trying to like a pit crew, the thing
yeah,
that like gets the
like
lug nuts off.
yeah, like the impact wrench. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to sound like because that's the same sound I use when you change parts on your car. Because there's only like 7 sound effects in this game, and I don't remember where I got them. Some of them I made, some of them I just found. Um, all the graphics you see, like I made myself. The font I took some font and modified it. I was super into like Photoshop at the time, and that's why everything has like these lighting effects and glowing and all this other weird stuff.
Okay, so
Obviously,
I
you're
have,
the
by the
shop
way,
guy and paint.
I have, so it looks like here's what you're trying to do. The choice you're giving, and let's see. So it's, it works, is what I'll say. And actually, what's funny is we're spending all this time because it's fun content dissing the menus. Once we get to the racing dynamic, I'm actually going to have a lot of props to say. But so the garage, right? I don't have any tires. I have boat suspension, um,
Yeah,
and I can't
yeah.
upgrade.
But no, you do have tires. You have bald tires. You have boat
Yeah.
suspension, and you
What
have
does
no
that mean?
engine.
What's boat suspension?
It's just like a boat,
Is that a
just
thing?
really bad. Like have you heard cars?
Why is boat suspension bad though?
Have you- because it's really soft. Like, have you heard that term when talking about like old giant luxury cars from like the 60s or 70s? You know, like like if you remember our friend's old like 72 Buick LeSabre, right? That thing was like a boat, right? They just like floated, and it was smooth, but you wouldn't want to go racing with it. Um,
All right, this monstrosity that is probably a robot. So I'm gonna my head canon for radical racers is we're in the future where the robots have taken over,
hmm.
and this is a robot posing as a human,
The
like a
shop guy?
Terminator. Yeah,
No, he's
sure.
shop guy.
But
He's your friend. He's like he's a
he
good
said,
guy.
"I've got
He's
the best prices in town, so don't even bother checking anywhere else." Good call. It looks like the option you're trying to give me. So like again, this gets weird nitty, but I'll give it to you. You have engines here. You do have a graphic next to them that makes an engine, and
hmm
then you have tires. Clearly, you've got a graphic next to it. I would make the graphics a little bigger to make it more obvious, but like from a did you do what you were supposed to make a functional menu? Good. And then this is very classic racing game, right? Where I have three different stats: HP, TR, SP. I'm guessing what SP is speed, TR is traction, HP is like HP. Do we hit each other? Or
No,
horsepower?
HP is horsepower. TR is tires, traction, and SP is suspension.
All right. Interesting. Apparently this is what you look like now, so that's interesting. I haven't seen you in a while, so man, you've fallen on tough times.
What?
By the way, this is like the I want to say 7 or 8 year anniversary of us going to Toronto together. That was a fun time. Anyway,
Has it been that long?
um,
Wow.
I know I hate it. The it looks like the option you're trying to give me is either A, I could buy the Super Cat, which is clearly the best engine, which has the
hmm
highest horsepower, or I can buy the Trex 14 or the Core 1 and also get a chance to upgrade my tires.
Yeah.
My question to you is the Trex 14 versus Core 1. The only reason I would do that with hard rubber is to like save $752 to be ready. Yeah. And we went to Toronto in the summer, so it was like perfect.
It was
And
beautiful weather. Yeah.
we went to that place like Tucker Horton something.
Oh, Tim
Tim Hortons.
Hortons.
That is good.
Old Tucker Hortons.
Well, that was my knockoff chain I made and got sued. It was apparently you're not allowed to just do that. I called it T Hortons, and I was like, it's not Tim Hortons, it's Tucker Hortons.
It's
I
him or
got mad.
Tortons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. So yeah, and just to be clear on like what we're seeing here, I this game is remade in the Godot game engine, but I did my very best to make it look and feel exactly like the original. So all these weird quirks and things you're talking about, like that's just the way the original game was. I didn't try fixing anything. It's just I wanted
All right.
a
Well, but
playable version
I'm calling this
just
the Nintendo Hotline.
just for fun.
Like, what would
Okay.
you recommend? Would you recommend the Super Cat or the Core One plus hard rubber?
Definitely the Super Cat. I always so like this game, like I did my like this was such a huge project back in the day. Like I said, it took me 3 years to make this, and so like I
So by the
have
way, while Landon's talking, I'm going to be doing my red shell is what I call this, which is I just target whoever's in first place to try and keep them from winning.
this does
I'm
not look like a
failing
good
miserably.
strategy. I don't know what your end game here is. Um,
Keep this car from winning
I
because I hate them. I don't want them to win.
I
It's called blue shelling. Check the
I
what these yellow cars are terrible. They're getting such an edge from me, and they're not even taking advantage of it.
in
Why do I even bother? Now I'm gonna red. Now I'm gonna blue shell the yellow cars. For
so
those that don't know that aren't on the Radical Racers forum, blue shelling is when you intentionally just mess with the car in first place by targeting it like a blue shell in Super Mario Kart, which is
so
what I'm doing now.
the only just looking at what you're doing here, the only changes I did make versus the original game is the original I did like prune out some of the cars. So like that yellow car didn't used to be. I don't even know why it is allowed in such low races because it looks awesome versus all these other cars. That gray car was a an outtake car, so like it's not in the original version. But I found like all my graphics, all the cars, and I just threw them all in this version just because, just
Yeah,
to
it
have them
looks
here.
like randomization wise, you can have, as we've already seen in this one, the same car multiple times.
Hmm.
I've seen my car too. Like I was checking this out earlier today, and the same car popped up again. Okay, now I'm just going to be doing donuts. Show what a badass I am with my new Cat 27 engine. But
Super
like
cat.
credit due, like this the physics engine is pretty good. This goes pretty well, and I'm going to briefly turn on sound effects just to hear it. So apologies if it's loud on my stream. Yeah, this isn't half bad.
And
It's a
yeah,
little annoying. Like there's like a rumbling in the background, which is kind of annoying when
mhm.
I turn. But this is pretty solid. This is not half bad, especially for made. This is not half bad for made on your own.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And in the physics, that was the most challenging part of this project because it's using a lot of like what's built into Godot, and I really had to work against that to try and make it like just as kind of weird as the original game was because it used to have
Can I ask a silly question?
yeah,
Do the cars just keep going until I complete the race?
yeah, they never stop.
They're trapped in hell. They can't leave.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, you'll notice
until
that
I
there's
complete
actually no way on or off the track anyway. I'm not even sure how the cars get here, to be honest. Um,
helicopter. I mean, come on. Come on. Don't make silly conspiracy theories that are easily
okay. All
explained.
right. All
Leave
right.
that to the professionals.
All right. um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Okay,
like
but you made this in C++ originally. What year?
2001 to 2004.
Yeah, so I mean, like
And
I
and
said,
and
I
there were
mean,
definitely like giant periods of time taken off because that was like during college. But and it
let's
got
see.
I
Oh
lost a
yeah,
lot of steam on it, just because that's how projects go.
yeah.
But I did finish it eventually.
Oh, nice.
Unlike what you will do this race, I did finish the game.
How many? Okay, so let's ask some other dynamics there. So, you know, really, the name of the game, and this isn't a big dig, is this is like a completed game and very much in the vein of a Nintendo game, right? Oh,
Hmm.
you can go negative. Watch this. How many? How many gonna do?
Um,
They're going to be like, thanks, Dre. You did
you can
donuts
just
and, and,
do
and
this
racked up
forever.
negative 1,000 laps. All right.
Yeah, I don't know what
Tonight,
happens.
tonight on True TV Gaming, we're going to see how many negative laps I can rack up. Do you have okay? Do you have a buffer overflow? Like, is it like 255? If I do negative 255 laps, do I actually get positive 256 and then win?
No, this is just being stored as the Godot number type, whatever that is.
Oh,
So
dang. So like on old school, well, okay, let me ask that as like a technical thing on C++. What type of did you use, like int, big int, float?
I'm sure it was an int.
Yeah, so it's 255, right?
Um,
Or possibly 128 if it's, well, it's signed, so.
we're talking about int,
Oh wait, not
which
what am I
on
thinking? What am I thinking of?
you're thinking of char
Something.
character.
Char? Yeah, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, so like C, it's also C++ though, right? So that's not defined by the language. It's platform dependent, but most 32-bit systems, which this would have been, was 32-bit int. So you go to like negative 2 billion or something. I don't know.
Wait, why isn't the race ended? I've done, oh, I lost. Dang. I got sixth and made no prize money.
That
All
was
right.
yeah. You only get prize money for first, second, and third. I don't know why.
Because that's how races work.
It's actually a
Again, again,
pretty
again, again of how you're like describing things. You're like, apparently only the top half of the field makes money. It's like, yeah, that's how a lot of professional things work.
well, what's really weird about this game is so say you get
And you can see I've got me copied, and for whatever reason, a tank is racing.
that was one of the outtakes. That's actually a vehicle that my brother drew because this game was inspired a lot by Micro Machines on the Nintendo, and it had a tank, and so that's why I put a tank in here. And that really slow one weighs 100,000 pounds. That's why it's so slow and has so much like momentum.
Can I ask a silly question about real racing? It's
Sure.
like very interesting, and I learned this all from Cars 3, because like Cars 3 is about like the whole analytics movement and how like they're doing perfect stuff, but like apparently they were talking about like an optimal line in racing
hmm
and like finding your line and stuff and that kind of interesting stuff. I'm like, how does that work? Like as a racer, if I'm a NASCAR racer and they're saying find your optimal line, what does that mean?
It's really just about maximizing your total speed around the track, right? Like getting so like if you were here, let me
Oh, come on. Oh, I did get first.
so like if you were to see like these two like turns that I'm in here, like if I were to go up here and do what the AI does, which always just turns directly the direction the track is telling it to go, then that's not very efficient, right? Because it's turning all the way down and turning all the way to the right again. But if you were like doing like the best racing line, you would just treat this not as a turn at all, but just like as a straight, right? And just kind of go through it. And so the idea is like just finding kind of the smoothest path through the track and how it like works with, the limits of the car and just like what's coming up next on the track.
Hmm,
Um, I don't know if that makes sense, but
a little. No, drift, drift.
um,
Ah,
so I don't know if you caught it. So for some reason I thought it'd be I just have like mysteries in this game. Like nothing is explained, right? Like you didn't know to buy an engine at the beginning, which of course you didn't. And the shop guy kind of alludes to this a little bit, but you do have like a turbo button too, right? I don't know if you
wait, I do?
yeah, so you can make so your car can go faster.
How?
Um, you hold shift. It's like the run button in all these old games, right? And you'll see like flames come out the back of your car.
Okay, so how long does it hold on? What happens?
So are you yeah, so you can most of the time, especially early in the game, use it forever. It does do damage to your car, which you'll see at the bottom, but really slowly. And you also notice that the only like intelligence the AI has is if you're in front of them, they will also shift into turbo mode, and the flames will come out of their car.
He's on fire. Oh, that was a horrible turn. What am I doing?
Gotta find your
I don't
line.
I don't deserve to win. New items are available in the shop. That's pretty good. This isn't half bad. I question your background behind it, but the truck thing there is pretty solid. So like how did you make this?
So the background would have just been, I don't know if I would have like drawn it myself and then like just apply a whole bunch of filters in Photoshop, or if there was some like built-in like pattern thing. Um, it like the texture itself is actually like just one little segment tiled all over. But then, like I said, I threw like that lighting effect on everything because I was all about Photoshop. Um, and then the truck, of course, I drew.
Hmm. All right. So other okay, so for those that don't know, like one reason I like this, and maybe I'm weird, a game you'll hear me wax nostalgic of, and I really should just like get permission to build it at some point with my exorbitant free time, which I don't honestly have, which is fine. Is to rebuild HW1 Butt, which I consider one of my like favorite games ever. And this is up there. Like the controls are really simple. This is the arrow pad, up, down, left, right. Like up goes faster. I forget. I think down like slows you down maybe if need be.
Yeah, and
Am I
goes
wrong?
backwards.
Yeah. Up is
Space
forward,
is the
down is.
handbrake, but you don't really need that. You don't really need to brake at all. So why would you ever?
But
Because
yeah,
like
so
the
I mean
car
this
can just
game
like
has
sit there
very
turning.
very simple controls, and if you're watching like it is pretty smooth. Like it is not a hard one. By the way, I'm going to take a quick break for chat. I have no idea what this means. Like I can't tell if Zortanks is passing along code. Guillermo del Toro had Elaine McLean, voice of Portal's Gladys, do the voice of Jaeger AIs in Pacific Rim and process the same way as Gladys. I do know Guillermo del Toro. He's pretty cool. I know of the game Portal, and I'm assuming that's like the little thing. And Pacific Rim is like the robot movie, right? So I don't know. I think I got most of that,
I don't know.
but I don't know. I don't know what any of that means because we were talking about. I think the whole point is we're talking about your AIs, right? Like your
I
AIs are stupid.
don't know. They are stupid. They don't know anything.
Okay, my kid's about to come in.
Very cool.
You know.
Um,
Oh, I definitely need an engine upgrade now. I'm losing.
yeah, you're falling behind. Um,
It would be,
let's
you know,
see.
what would be really fun to do with this that doesn't seem like it'd be that hard. This would be like a fun. There are a couple Chat GT GPT-ish projects, so it's interesting where I really think that Chat GPT is kind of like Stack Overflow on steroids, which is a good thing. There are definitely ethical ramifications for, basically getting people's code repositories, et cetera, and, just using it without, attribution or credit. Um, Unfortunately, the internet is not a place where if you want to be like, it's not fair that people's stuff is stolen. I'm like, hate to tell you, internet's not an ideal place for that. Like, if you're on Twitter or whatever, people just like rip off other people's tweets and stuff, um, and
It's
just do
true.
it. So anyway, all right. So let's see. I can't really improve it. So the question is, do I want to just improve my tires to soft rubber?
So,
And
um, couple random things, I guess. So you saw new things show up in the shop. Um, had you gotten
how does this upgrade work?
second? Um,
Wait,
glad you asked. So on the garage in your garage, you have like a whole bunch of numbers here. Um, the engines can be upgraded 3 times, and every time it gets more expensive for the amount of horsepower you get next.
Holy cow, I'm so fast.
It doesn't tell you what the horsepower upgrade will be or the maximum horsepower.
Is it random or is it deterministic?
it is not random, and in fact, like I was gonna mention earlier, I have the way I did the engines for this is I was really trying to like keep the game balanced, which I failed really bad at. But I made a whole bunch of engines. I don't remember how many exactly there are, but I wrote a program to create the engines called the engine compiler. Great name.
You didn't write the engine?
No, missed
I mean,
opportunity.
it's right there. It's
Yeah,
right there.
it's not an engine
Engine
though. It just
squared.
compiles. It just it doesn't even all it actually does is calculate the price and engine class. You like give it a name, you give it a base horsepower, and then how much increase horsepower you want for every stage, and then it compiles how much it should cost in like the class. And the idea was that like all the engines would be kind of fair or worth buying, but it didn't work very well. And unfortunately, that code seems to be totally lost. I still have the program, but the code is just gone. So like the algorithm it's using to calculate this is just gone forever. I have no idea what it
I mean,
exactly
the
it's
code's
doing.
there. Can't you reverse compile it or something?
I could look at the assembly, I guess, and maybe figure it out, but it's probably
Yeah.
just as easy to do it empirically, right? Like make a few
Oh
engines
yeah,
and like
sorry.
see
And to
what it
get
comes
back to the
out.
like
But
Chat GPT, because that was a weird tangent. I was going to say it would be fun to just get like an auto racer that would just like make an easy AI. That'd be cool. You know.
yeah,
Yeah.
I did have some other ideas for the AI back when I made this, but I just kind of stuck with this original thing that I did. And I think, as I mentioned, I did or have been working on Radical Racers X.1, which implements a bunch of like modern stuff and features that I wanted or thought about back in the day, but never actually implemented. And one of those is better AI, and it works
See what
pretty
I
decent.
should have done there. All
See,
right.
you have a way better racing line than they do. That's why you're good on the
Do
turns.
I?
And the shop guy even talks about that. Like at one
Are
point he
you even
says,
doing anything? Your racing line is terrible. You're just in the shop doing
yeah,
nothing.
I'm just
That's a horrible
I'm
racing
just sitting
line.
here. I just sitting
You
here.
know, it's like Hamilton says, you got skin in the
Yeah.
game to play in the game, but you don't get a win unless you stay in the game. You get love for it, you get hate for it. You
Mm,
get nothing if you wait for it, wait for it.
that was good.
That's what he says. Yep.
So yeah. Um yeah, so the oh yeah, and so like you'll notice that the every race has a maximum class that your car can be, and then your car has a class that's also calculated based on some
What does that mean?
algorithm. Higher class cars are just faster. It's supposed to like kind of keep it even. Um, you'll see things like this in the Forza games too. But so the AI, what the AI does is it will for like I'm about to go into a D class race, so it will generate a random D class car by picking a car that can take D class engines, pick a random engine, and then random tires and suspension, and then that calculates a score, and then it compares that score to your car. And since mine is an E class car, it will randomly choose between 3 and 5 downgrades for each AI car, and it will then downgrade like their tires or their suspension or the engine in an attempt to make it a little more even. So if you have like an E class car, they will be slower D class cars.
Oh, nice. An
Whereas
interesting question is you're talking about like improved features for futures. Like you can easily make like a hard mode or easy mode, right? With just like
yeah,
how that randomization works.
right. Um,
Sweet.
yeah, there's a lot of randomization in there, and it kind of works sorta, but like once you're really outclassed, it gets
I really stress like the controls on this game just really are nice. Like what's ironic about this game, although not in a bad way, is that if you removed like the menus and the upgrading and whatever, and it
mhm,
was just this racing, like this gets like an A. Now,
Right.
the thing about the menu, like this is kind of what's annoying about a lot of stuff, and video games included, is just like there are things that just do not age well, right? Like
Hmm.
CGI is a really good example where you like
Yeah.
there are there are specific types of, let's see, sorry, I'm just doing some calculation. Good God, why do you want all my money? So why does my horsepower go down here though with the better? So this gets weird, right? I can upgrade my engine, but then I need to upgrade my engine. That's the point, right? This is a better engine, but it's not upgraded, so it's a worse engine initially.
The ones you're looking at there that are worse are the other E-class engines. So yours is E-class, and theirs are E-class.
These are
Or
D class.
oh, okay. So that is true. Like because you can upgrade your E-class engine to above a default D-class, and that is like one of the things you have to think about. And as the shop guy will tell you, um, the class of your engine has more to do impacts the total class of your car more than the horsepower itself. So like a higher horsepower, like an upgraded E-class engine, you could still be an E-class car, but if you put like a slightly less powerful D-class engine in it, you might suddenly be a D-class car.
So this
Um,
gets weird. There are these different bodies, but they're ED.
yeah, they can take both E and D-class engines. So you can that way you can like buy the car and immediately use it like with the engine that you have.
All right.
Um, they have different weight, they cost different, and
Oh yeah, but yeah, the weird point being there are parts of there are historical things that just age nicely, and there are historical things that do not.
mhm.
And like CGI was my like example. And so I was going to say the same thing here. Like the racing dynamic itself ages really nicely. Like it's just fun and could fit in with modern games. The menu stuff does not, but the menu stuff isn't like we have bases of comparison. Isn't that bad? It just ages horribly with where we've gotten.
Yeah. And I mean, it was never a great UI to begin with. Like, and it was something I tried a little bit to improve as I got feedback from my friends because some of my first designs were almost unusable. But yeah, it like making menus is one of the most tedious things. Was one of the most tedious parts of making this whole project because it is all just code, right? There's no UI builder. There's no like using the mouse to pick where windows go or anything like that. It's all just like putting numbers in code, and it was super tedious.
So can you explain this to me? There's this wolf car.
Hmm.
There are these three cars, but it just says engines ED. Is the Spirit car the best car to upgrade to right now?
Um,
Should I upgrade?
to be honest, the Spirit is technically the best. It doesn't matter that much though, because it weighs less. It'll be slightly faster, but it turns out to be very slightly. Um, and I think handling might have a little bit in there too. You will want to upgrade your car. Oh, looks like you did good. Because items only stay in the shop for 10 days. And so you can, if you miss out, like if you just don't buy anything, then you just have to start the game over because then then you won't be able to get any further because you won't have any of the good parts. Um, like I said, it's
That
kind of a
that's
broken
that's good
game,
design.
but
Although funny comparable. So I'm playing. I'm still a Pokemon Go player, and there's the Battle League where you want to get basically 500 victories in a season, which is a 90-day period.
mhm.
And I was actually doing really well in the Battle League, and I was like, awesome, I'm on good pace. You need to buy a pass or those don't count. So I basically racked up like 30 wins that don't count for anything because of their horrible UI. So as much as I'm like mocking, be like, oh yeah, good design, they stay in the thing for 10 days and then disappear. Like Pokemon Go, which is like one of the most popular mobile games now, has like a dynamic of, oh, if you don't buy the thing to the free contest, it doesn't
that,
count. It's like
that's
awesome.
very funny. Um, yeah, like I'm glad you like the way it plays. I think it is pretty fun how simple it is. If you kind of want to see what the physics are doing, if you push V, it will show the vector cars, and it'll
Oh, oh, nice. I have a. You should like let me like make that be an enemy or like a thing I can hit other cars with
what, the vector cars?
in my vector car.
So so it shows two. It shows one is the direction, is the vector that your car is trying to go, and then the other one is the one it's the direction it's actually going. And then I just do some interpolation between the two based on how much traction you have, and that's how the cars slide around.
Hmm. All right. What? Okay, so let's see secrets. Okay, so obviously just the normal D-pad, for lack of a better word, really is like 90% of the way there. We got
Mm-hmm.
shift for super speed, which is key.
Sure.
We
As
got
the
V
the
for
shop guy
vector
does tell you
car.
to like shift into turbo mode, and that's it's the in the
Cute.
in game it's called turbo nitrous because it might as well be turbo and nitrous, right? This was back in like the days of
Are
Fast and
there any? So
Furious.
this gets really interesting looking at like Mega Man and clipping and stuff.
Hmm.
Are there any like? Because I've noticed a couple times where like I've actually had collisions with cars and it's boosted me. I'm really
Yeah,
wondering on like clever racing if you'd want to it doesn't look like there's drifting but like anti-drifting, right? Like get in these corners and get the cars to like boost me ahead.
yeah. As the shop guy will tell you, a common but aggressive strategy is to get in front of the other cars and let them push you. And if you let off the your acceleration when they're behind you, you will go faster than your car normally can.
Really?
Hmm.
So what do I do? Just I let go. If I'm in front of another car and I let go of forward, they'll push me faster than I'm going.
Yeah, they'll
That's
push you
pretty
up as fast as they can go.
that's pretty cool.
Also, it's really important that you get first place on this race.
Why?
It's just because it's not good career design, not good game design. That's why. Like, so if you don't get first, I just don't know what to tell you.
Second? What?
Well,
That first car was way ahead of me, man. So why is that bad for me?
because you'll notice a item will go to the shop. If you'd gotten first, you would have won that item.
Can I just buy it?
You can, but isn't
What do
free
I want to
better?
buy?
It's the Hypercat engine is what you could have won.
I just bought it.
But now you
The
can't
money.
afford a now you can't afford a car.
I have a car. I already got my
A
car.
car that can take a C-class engine?
Oh, whatever. Fine. Whatever. So how many races do I have left?
What race are you on? 16? You have about 44 races left.
Wait, why can't I race?
54? I don't know how many.
Why can't I race right now?
Because you have the wrong engine installed. That engine doesn't work in your car. Notice your horsepower went to 0.
Me, 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 me,
Now
me,
you have
me,
to
me.
put your other engine back.
Super Cat?
The Super Cat. And
Stupid.
try to save up for the car that could take a C-class engine. Or use one of the other cheats.
What's another cheat?
You want to know you
Yes. Clearly,
um the
they're like,
but now if I say this cheat, everybody's gonna know it. Which you might as well because like I said, the game is almost impossible to beat. I have beaten the game like legit in it's enough different in Godot from the original that it was always hard in the original, but it's nearly impossible in some of the later races in Godot. Anyway, if you need more money on the when you're on the home screen, just push the letter M for money,
oh, this
and
is like what's it called?
and you get more money.
This is like the Sim City thing. You should have something where Godzilla shows up, right? Remember?
Does Godzilla show up?
Like Sim City, there was a cheat to get more money.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But if
And
you did
it
it
was
too much,
pretty.
Godzilla would.
Is that what happened? But
All right. So are you playing at all?
yeah, I'm also kind of watching you. Also, like the so there's something else. I don't know if you noticed, but on the race screen on the left, it shows left money, which I thought was very clever because it's on the left, and if you go left to previous races, you can see where that money is still there to be won. That was one of the weird things, weird design decisions I was talking about. I'm not sure why I thought this was a good idea, but the money available to win on a race, all of that money is always available for you to win. And so if you get second, you get half the money. So you can go back to that race and race it again, and if you get second, you'll get half the remaining money. And if you go back and race it again and you get first, then you'll get the rest of the money. So if there's
I
like,
love I love this.
so you can just kind of like grind and you can keep going back to older races and like get all the money.
Interesting. So like, okay, no money,
So yeah, you have over $10,000 on previous races just sitting on the table. Like you,
but I can't race because it's an E.
yeah, because then you have to go
So
back and
so I
like
have to
change
go.
your
I have to
car.
go.
Something you can do when going back to older races, especially, is like just downgrade your tires
I
and
love
suspension
this.
all the
This
way,
is
and you might
no.
have a
This is.
faster
I
car.
mean, here's what's really funny because I like by lieu of both, having a mobile phone and now like having a kid and playing some mobile games, like minor UI decisions, like as fun as it is to bash your UI, it's a functional UI. And like that's actually a cool thing where it's like if I'm like, you have the functionality there, right?
Hmm.
So if you have the functionality there, then we just have to code it. Like I'm a coder. I'm like, oh, okay, it's there. So just code it up. So that's really cool, actually. Like you could make a UI that would make this fun, like more fun to like, did you get 3 stars out of the race or whatever? Because there's another game, like a bubble bobblish game my kid plays that like I've played and want to win and gotten really good at, um, on National Geographic, and it does something like that where like you can beat a level, but if you want to get the full number of stars, would
Hmm.
let you upgrade like the little things that your guys can do.
Hmm.
Man, I left a lot of money. Okay, so let's figure this out. I want to get a D car. So my
Um,
car right now, if I downgrade it to
it is a
Hyperjet
D class car right now.
or an E car, how'd I get it
Okay.
to E?
Um, change your tires and suspension probably is the best way.
How can I tell? So it says car classes,
Yeah, so down
all.
at the on the bottom right, it'll show the max class for the next race you have selected, and all right, so try changing the.
I did. It's good.
You
Thank
got
you.
it? Okay.
You're no longer of any use to me.
Wow. Um,
And look, we got the spirit race.
yeah. I mean, it makes sense that other people can have the same car, Dre. All right, like that happens in real life. They made more than one of each car. Um,
Wow, my suspension really, like you can tell like after. That's
so
cool actually. Like to be able to tell the difference between drift and stuff.
kind of wanted to show something kind of funny on my screen if anyone is watching.
No one
The
is. They're
the
watching
the
the good screen.
the predecessor to Radical Racers was this game I called Bitmap Test because it was testing putting bitmaps on the screen, and it was a drag racing game where you got a random car, and the idea was to race to the edge of the screen without hitting the edge of the screen because then you explode. So you have to like race and then stop, and then you got some score and decided who won. And you'll see like some of these cars are the same cars that I then used in Radical Racers.
That's
So
pretty cool. So let's ask. Let's see. I'm trying to think of more. Like, unfortunately, you have made the classical error of not being Castlevania 3 in making an enjoyable game. So I'm like playing the game and talking about how I enjoyed playing the game, and not Castlevania 3, where I'm like, this game sucks. Let me go off on a tangent about bad software engineering practices. So that's pretty cool. So like, okay, I'm very curious. From a design perspective, you said, of course, like the menus and stuff were like the hardest.
Hmm.
So like how, and you obviously if you did like bitmap initially, let's see, I'm back to E. All right. So let's upgrade some stuff.
Yeah, so
All
so
right.
all the graphics are stored as bitmap files, at least originally. Um, and so most of the game size was these bitmaps. Um,
Cornering. What is okay, so what does tire grip mean here?
that
I'm
is
actually gonna go back there and ask the stats again, like in a
okay.
second. 'Cause I'm racing now, and I'll go back to there in a sec. But I'm very curious about the stat because like they clearly matter. Like that's another cool thing is like it clearly matters. Like the control, like how much drift. Like I said, one of the funny things is I'm so into bowling, um, that it's just like yeah, a lot of the comparisons between racing and bowling are there. Like yeah, how the surface grips it, etc. But let's go to the garage. Okay, so I've got money. We already know what money does. I've got
Mhm.
horsepower. That's how fast I can go. Engine stage. That's how upgraded it is. Upgrade price. That's how much it costs to do. Engine class. That's the class my car is in, which affects where I'm allowed to race.
Engine class
Okay.
is the class of the engine, which
Yeah.
determines which car bodies it can go in.
In real life, are these like the same as normal car engine stuff?
Sort of like the horsepower is all pretty realistic, especially for like the early 2000s. Like these are pretty small numbers by today's standards, but Radical Racers is very strange technology. So even though like the cars don't have very high top speed, you'll notice that they get to their top speed in like a second. So like as the
I mean,
G's would,
that's just physics right there, isn't it?
I mean, 0 to 90 in like 1 second would be one of the like fastest cars on the planet in real
I
life.
mean, yeah, like NASA does that for like spacecrafts and stuff, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and the G forces are extreme because as the shop guy will tell you, um,
I am a
he
robot.
he
This is
he.
robot racing. Yep, we know.
No, no, we know he's not a robot because he used to be a radical racer.
Yeah, they're all robots.
Until the G forces broke his back, which a rope can't happen with a robot, so he had to retire.
Actually, robot, you could totally break a robot back. There's not rules.
No, he,
Okay,
he
last three that matter though. I've got tire grip, cornering, and weight.
Mhm.
So what do those do, and how do they impact the like actual physics of my racing?
Yeah, so tire grip is like I was saying, you have the two vector cars, and it's like how much track tire grip is just how much traction it has, and so like if you're turning, it's like how much it's going to drift versus just start going the direction you're facing. Same with acceleration and braking. Cornering is how quickly the car turns. Like when you're turning left and right, is how fast the car rotates, and that's affected by suspension, which, as the shop guy will tell you, is kind of strange, but that's what it is. Um, Weight is how much
This
the car
shop guy's
weighs.
got a lot of opinions.
Man, I actually forgot how much stuff I had the shop guy say, and
Okay,
like
actually, so where does he say stuff?
in the shop,
Like how? Like how do I get him to talk?
you just go there and
He
see.
just said
Like
welcome.
right now, he's telling me sometimes races have more than money to be won. That's good to know. That's good information.
But
And in
do you have
fact,
to buy a thing for him to talk to? How do I get him to talk?
so the shop techs also have expirations, and so there are some
So I
default things like when he says welcome and hello, he'll always say those, but other things he'll get new things to say as you progress to new races. Sometimes the things he says will only exist for a single race, and so if you miss it, you just don't get to see it because sometimes it's about the track you're on or like I don't know why I made this so complicated, but like
I like it actually. I'm not gonna lie.
in other things he'll only say once. So like once he says it, if you weren't seeing it or you bought something and said something else, like you'll never see it again. Um, But no, he's got all kinds of stuff to say. Like, in fact, the fact that you have to get first place to win a car or an engine, but only second place to win tires or suspension. That's something I totally forgot about until I was just playing the game and the shop guy told me, and I was like, "Is that true?" So I went and checked the code, and I'm like, "Oh, it is true. I better implement that."
It's the shop guy like git commit shop blah 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 blah
Yeah, he's a
2001 0101.
he's
You're
a
like,
knowledgeable
did I
knowledgeable
just use
guy.
you as my GitHub repository?
There's all this like lore and like stuff going on in the Radical Racers world that even I don't know about because like the shop guy has like theories on like who's trying to
Oh
stop
man,
Radical Racers
he's
technology
like
and
January 6th, Patriots. And you're like, oh no, not you. That actually okay, random tangent related to that. I had that moment. So like chess, I've been playing pretty well lately. Been doing
mhm,
good. Gained like 100 rating points the other night in a chess tournament I won, which is pretty cool.
nice.
And there's a guy that I keep running into, and at the moment we are even. Like
Okay,
our combined win loss record lifetime is 9 wins each, 2 draws.
nice.
Um, and the other night it was kind of a give me. He gave me a draw by repetition, but it was because he just wanted a guaranteed second place in a tournament we were in. Because it's like if we kept playing, he could lose, and I am that kind of player that I'm mean. I snap victory from the jaws of defeat quite often because I'm a very tactical player. Um, so I was like we were talking after, and I was like, oh yeah, like nice banter, like let's keep the 500 going. And I made the mistake of like looking at his profile and some of the stuff he said, and I was like, oh no, no, man. Like I guess it's good we're rivals then, but yeah, it's politically our leanings are a little different, shall we
Uh,
say.
that's unfortunate.
It's a bummer. Maybe it'll give me more incentive to play harder because sometimes when I like people, I maybe don't play as hard as I should. All right, well, I'm doing pretty good. Alpha zero. Okay, but sorry, back to like, okay, so that was some of the physics stuff, which is definitely cool, like, and how it works. I am curious, like, yeah, design wise, like, how did this game, like, what order did you go in? Like, what did you make
Um,
first? What did you make second? When did you call this like a finished game? And what was like start time to end time?
so that's a good question. So I started with bitmap test like I showed, and that was actually not even direct draw or direct X at all. That was Windows GDI. But anyway, so I used some of those cars, and then I wanted to get like the track going, and I still like this is back when like programming was just really fun, right? And it's still some of my like this game ended up being tedious and taking me a while, but it's still like one of my favorite projects I've ever worked on because I still remember the day when I got the tiling for even just the grass tiles working. And so like if the camera moves off the track, the grass will just tile and scroll forever. And when I finally got that working, because it took me like a few days to like figure it out, and when I finally got it working and it had like the camera just going in like a big circle or a figure eight or whatever it had it doing, it was just like the most satisfying feeling in the world. Just seeing my texture like just scroll around, like I was like on my way to
Oh,
making a
how about
scrolling game.
sorry, I should have been listening to you, and then I thought I was done because your numbering is very confusing, and I stopped when
No,
I thought I
you're
was.
on lap 3 out of 3. No, it is confusing. I've done the same thing. Um,
Yes, your numbering is less than ideal, which is not a shocker as a programmer.
right. But yeah, so like once I got that, and then I got like the track
Wait,
on the
how do I still
screen.
have left money on here? I won these.
I guess you didn't. That one's got
Class.
0. You have one to the left. But and I remember like, cause like I said, I was in college at the time, and I was taking a linear algebra class for like intro to linear algebra, like some early level linear algebra class, and we were learning about vectors and rotation and matrix multiplication and that kind of thing. And I remember being really excited in that class because that's what gave me the knowledge. That's so you need to go one to the left
You're
to
in the
get.
past, sir. You are less than helpful.
Look, if there's money to be won, it'll be shown not on the left. It'll be shown at the top on the top of the track. But anyway, so like taking that math class was really fun because it was like immediately applicable for like what I was doing. It's like, oh, this is how I can get the cars to turn and get them to like drive in a circle and so that was like super exciting for me.
Nice.
Um, and then once I got that and like just the tracks being displayed, and then I had like a track, started making tools for it. So I had like a terminal ASCII graphics track editor initially, um, which was kind of fun to make until I later made a track editor using like a lot of the same code I made this with. So it was like more graphics based. Um, then I had to do like collision detection, and that was a whole thing. And
We have talked a ton in terms of like vintage games about collision detection.
yeah,
How
and
is this tank so fast?
it, that tank only weighs 3,000 pounds, so it only weighs as much as most of these cars. Um, but yeah, so like collision detection was a whole thing, and in the original game, that is one thing I did change is the collision detection in this version doesn't let you accidentally drive through the track and off into nowhere. The original game, I implemented like the track collision detection with like it detects which tile or which quadrant of the tile you're in and then determines which circle to compare your car points against. And it was just mostly worked, and it most of the time felt like this, but sometimes you could just drive through the track because it's only checking 4 points on the car in the original game, where this you actually
Hmm.
have like a little box. Um, and then the car to car collisions were kind of similar, and that's why in this version you can still kind of do weird things with the other cars because it's a little different, but it kind of feels like the original game. Um, but yeah, after that it was a lot of menu stuff, including a lot of menu stuff for all the tools I made to like create the career in the cars. Because one of
Can
my
I
goals
ask a
for this,
weird question to that point? Yeah, like you had kind of said
yeah,
like Forza. Like I am definitely curious about the motivation there to be like, all right, I've actually made a pretty good physics engine that's pretty good collision detection. That's fun. What if I build a lot of menus?
I needed menus. I don't know. I I don't remember a lot of like how that came about, but like I knew I want so like I said, I was inspired a lot by Micro Machines because to me that is still like one of the best top-down racing games out there. Like it's just really fun to play. And so that's kind of what I wanted like model like the gameplay after. Then one of my other favorite racing games was Top Gear 2 on the Super Nintendo, and it was more of like a pseudo 3D outrun Rad Racer style
So okay,
race
so
game.
actually this left money is like, oh, so left money is kind of confusing. It's like the combination of all of the ones to my left.
Yes.
So
Yeah, it's
just
it's a
because,
sum of all the money's on the yeah.
so when, okay, so here here it's 500, 500, 500. That's a race I've left money on. This one I haven't, 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 this one I haven't. Okay, there we go. This is a race C.
Yeah, look,
All right.
this all made perfect sense to me uh, back in the day.
Yeah,
But
sure.
yeah, it's Yeah, it's not great. Um, but yeah, so one thing I really liked about Top Gear 2 is that you could upgrade your car. You could buy tires and engines and transmissions, and I really like that in games. And so that's why I wanted to have like a garage and like a shop and money and that kind of thing.
Or why can't I race in this one?
Your engine isn't compatible with your car.
Why not?
I don't know.
Oh, that's lame. And the shop is out of cars.
You ran out of stuff.
I ran out of time because I was so busy. All right, well that's I'm gonna call. This is fun. That was actually a fun first night. I'm gonna call that good for night one, like to go through once.
Sure. Yeah.
You are welcome to keep playing and answering questions. Browser game. I'm gonna hop over to another game, and this might be fun to watch along because this is my buddy Rob's game.
Yeah, I would like to see this.
Al Alfric. Ah, okay. That's fun. The game shut down. All right. So this is a
I'm not sure what
yeah.
you're
Well,
sharing
what?
now.
Oh, well, nice. You weird. Yours is going over mine, but this is very Lemmings base.
No, I was sorry, I
There
was
we go. Oh,
fixing it
thank you.
in the other side here. Yeah.
All right.
Let me
So
get the whole
if
screen
if we're going to
here.
talk menus, we'll see menus in just a second. So there are 9 different levels. You'll see I can't go to the other levels because I haven't unlocked it. I have to unlock a certain number. And I think you have to beat, it says you have to unlock 7 to get to the next. So I have to beat 7 levels. Some
Okay.
of these are giving me, I've actually played through about 8 levels of the game. So walls don't fall and won't move while the level is running. So the way this works is you set up a scenario, and then when you're done setting up the scenario, you press play. I'll show you this. You can do play. He does have 4x speed. So you should see me like fly across the screen there. And that's kind of cool. But
Nice.
so you can see I gotta do something, right? Like, hey, if I just and what I tend to do on these is I'll just press play and see what happens organically and then go from there.
Sure.
And we'll see on this level that I just like this boulder flips me and we'll look to the left. This is very incredible machines on the very left, and I don't think you're seeing it. You kind of just slightly cut it off, but there is a list of assets I have. And in this case, I have a wall.
Um, no, that should be coming across. I expanded it.
Well, you better have.
So
So,
your goal is to get to this green thing?
yep, that's kind of funny. All of my goal, yeah, the goal is always to get to the green thing. And then, of course, you also have fun where you can have funness where, you know, weird stuff can happen. All right. Boom, made it to the green thing. What's also, I don't know if this has been updated. Like you would appreciate this is a physics guy that was talking about like physics engines.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't 100% deterministic because I think this is built with the Unity game engine because I think it
Okay.
says it at the front. And so what gets amusing is there's there can be slight differences. So like the tensile strength of some of these things
Mm-hmm.
might be different based on like the run, if that makes any sense.
Interesting. So if you just keep hitting play over and over, something different might happen?
In fact, a good piece of advice to anybody playing this game is try a solution twice. At least I used to have that because I would have like BS solutions that would work,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'd try them again to record it, and then it wouldn't work. All right, so
Interesting.
all I
Being
got
being
going on.
being the Unity engine, I wonder if there's a way to fix that. Like you would think like repeatable physics would be an important feature in a game engine, but
Hmm. And I mean, to show some things, right? You've got a menu of objects. It starts really simple.
mm,
You can do fast forward, so you like press the scenario out to go. And so like, and then of course the first level is kind of tutorial based where he's trying to teaching you basic dynamics.
right.
Floors don't fall and won't move while the level is moving. So let's see. Ah, why? I'm stuck in hell. You see what's going on there? I'm just getting pushed back and
Oh,
forth. So watch what
nice.
happens. And that's another mean thing is it's like a default solution I will throw out is like you want to crush the guy. So by the way, I really want to throw out my friends make good stuff. It's kind of annoying, kind of obnoxious. Um,
So, so, um, Alfric, I'm assuming I'm my win is a little small, and I'm afraid to resize it because it will. I'm capturing it for my stream as well. But you're like this little wizard, right? Is that's Alfric?
yep.
And
And the
is
the storyline is that he is a wizard that made himself too small in like his lab.
okay.
So now he has to like escape stuff to get out.
That's a great premise.
It's
But
pretty
he
cool,
so
huh?
okay, so he's not gonna take damage from like falling or getting hit by
He's
this
he's
ball.
invulnerable, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, this one seems I seem to recall make oh I know what I'm doing wrong here. This is way easier than I'm making it. So I think here's a fun dynamic, right? Like basically this ball is gonna come and knock me off. So I
Hmm.
have to distract it. He could walk to the door if he fall because he basically has Goomba logic, right? Like he will if he hits a wall, he will just switch direction.
Okay.
And then walk. So in some ways that's good and bad, right? Because you want him to not. So here the easy solution was I just needed to delay him long enough to avoid that ball hitting him, and he's just going to walk straight into the door. And
Okay.
then that's the cool thing is he's got speed up. Like I can speed up the level.
And so he walks a little slower going uphill? Is that what I'm seeing?
I don't. It
Or
wouldn't be necessarily be slower, but downhill, of course, it's just going to be he'll fall sooner. So like uphill
I see.
will like
Okay.
distract him a little.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh no! All right.
It is pretty funny how he's this tiny little wizard.
Yeah, my general solution is always to like to try first. This is just my 2 cents, and
Hmm.
you'll see this in just a second, is always, always, always see if you can just drop something heavy on him and launch him. That is always the first solution you need to try in this game. Uh-oh. No! Oh my God! What am I? This is kind of cool. I don't know what I did here. When we're talking collision detection, he is trapped in the rock. Wow, this is
You
this is a
knock a
hell.
table over.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What? That's I've never seen that happen before. Because normally it would launch him. Wasn't quite enough. Yep. Okay. All right. If you look on the right, you'll see that there is a play. There is a back, which is just lets you like you can basically rewind and fast forward. So you can basically check out. And I don't believe it's out on the Google store yet, but it is out on the iPhone one. So I would
Okay.
recommend going and buying an iPhone to play this. Uh,
Um,
the the
I will
bomb
anxiously await the Android version instead.
Nice. The bomb destroys this like resets the scene to the status quo. The red
Okay.
button takes you back to the out menu. And let's see, what does gears do? What are my options? Okay, this is I can remove ads for $1.99. That's awesome.
Hmm.
I can up the music and sound. This is good. You're seeing my email address. That was not well thought out. So I'll ask you not to leave this one up. Um, I might give that actually as feedback to him for like streaming purposes. Like, don't leave that open. If that makes any
Yeah,
sense.
that's fair.
Um, but yeah, but this basically is kind of like it's very similar to Lemmings, right? Where you're trying to control the flow of things while
Right.
also being similar to like Incredible Machine, where you have to set something up. So I'm a big fan of this game already.
Yeah, I this looks like a really good mix of those two things. Because as we were talking before stream, I think like that those are both
Okay,
great
so here's
games.
my lame solution. I just put a boulder up there to block the yellow one from coming down, and then I just put this to let him walk up over. Straightforward. Done and done.
How steep can he walk up? Or
That is a good I have let us find out. Let's see what's the maximum grade Alfric can rock up. So that's almost completely uphill, right? So no. I wonder how much higher than 45. It'll be hard on this level because there is a boulder in front of me.
Mhm.
I
Oh, yeah.
think so. Let's see if we watch this rock shatters that glass. Um, let's see.
Is the glass in your way otherwise, or
Yeah, the glass, something will be in my way. Okay, actually, I
yeah,
think I forget. I can't, I don't think I can rotate it, but I don't think I can, what's the word I'm looking for here? I do not believe that I can reverse it, right?
I see.
Well, that's pretty cool. That basically did what I wanted. So basically, Alfric's going to need to get over that
What's
bolt that this, and
can
I
can
don't know
he
what.
can he push things? Like it looks like that rock is too big, but if there's like
Yes,
okay.
you are correct. Yeah, he could. And then you'll notice, so this is green. If you place it, if you try and place it and you are not allowed to, it is red.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna start over. And I've beaten, like, what's annoying about some of these stages is I have beaten these before, and not being able to remember is just like annoying. Can I do this? Little wonky on the controls here.
So you're playing this on your phone right now?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna ask like a little bit what the controls are like.
Oh
So it
my
looks good.
God.
Looks good coming across stream.
Yeah, that's good to hear. All right, well that wasn't half bad. Like I can cheat and get that thing off. I wonder about this. Hmm. All right. And some of these, like what is funny is like sometimes the solution will be, oh, this gets interesting. So watch this. Like to your question, right? You can see he's pushing that glass ball because it's got enough inertia.
Hmm.
Interesting. Okay. That's kind of cool. Like the cup thing there.
Yeah, like
But I don't think this will quite work. Not a half bad start. Hmm. Wonder if I can. I don't think he's strong enough to. That's not a half bad start, but I don't think he's just not quite strong enough to do that, and then that glass doesn't break.
hmm.
Hmm. All right.
Hmm.
Any suggestions? And then yeah, we've been going for a little over an hour and a half, so
Um. So the objects you have are this chair, a wall, and a glass ball.
yeah, let's look at the full thing
So
from start. So if I just let the level go normally, this is fine. That rock crushes it, but then the thing you can see is it's obviously going to block the door.
yeah,
If it just deflected a little bit, I'd be fine. I can, like via this, knock that out of the, well, maybe not. The glass will knock that rock out of the way, but then there is the dilemma that it kind of holds everything.
it's kind of
This
still in the way.
chair can get super big.
That's a
So
pretty
that's
big
somewhat
chair.
useful, actually. It's not half bad. I just need to shatter. Hmm.
Whenever I see, I guess, puzzle games in general, I'm always kind of curious, like, how each level is created or thought up, right? Because for us, it's to figure out, but I wonder, like, if kind of what the process is for making these to begin with.
Not half. That's not a half bad start. And
Is
actually,
this
like,
is this the same guy who made that Mario Maker level we started our stream with?
no, that was a different guy. That was cool though. That's
Okay.
actually like, oh, that's not half bad. Okay, watch this. I think I got a solution. I don't know if it's the solution. Oh, whoops. Nope. Close. Do it. Ah, so close. This is clearly not the right solution, but in some ways that makes
Oh,
me
that
happy.
was close.
Because when you get the like, this is not the right solution, but it works, I'm so proud. Boom. I don't care if that was right. And then I think, if I
That's
recall,
awesome.
I think you can like, yeah, I can go back. Like it keeps the setup from the one thing I requested, and I don't know if he's done this. Okay, yeah, if the eye on the left, but like one request I had was like being able to just save a replay of a level,
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
regardless, to because then I could just do that because that's I don't know if that's the solution, but it's a good one. I'm gonna try and get through level one, and then that's I got to race C on Thingamabob, right?
Hmm.
On Radical Racers, and I got through level one on Alfric. This one seems pretty straightforward, I think.
Till you're crushed by a giant boulder.
Yep. Yeah, I'd be really curious to like as soon as it is out on Android, would be curious to see you play for sure.
Yeah, is there like an ETA for that, or is it just
I don't
like
know,
coming soon?
or maybe it is. I
Because
don't know.
you're making it sound like it's.
Could you do me a solid? Could you go check the Android store and see if Alfric is out on it?
Oh yeah, I'll do that right now.
Good. Do it.
Fine, I will. I'm doing it right now.
Good. Good. I'm glad.
Oh frick. It. I don't see it. No.
All right. That was pretty straightforward. I just rolled the boulder down, knocked over the chair, and gave myself a small ramp.
Nice. Yeah, and like you were saying, like you weren't sure if your previous solution was the right one, and that's sort of like thinking again
Oh,
about.
look. Hey, he's going to be happy about this. Although I'm upset that I like, this isn't a great stream. I can cut some of those out. Like, look, got ads. That's actually good. Uh, although these ads are terrible. But I have to wait. Man, kind of
I
do
don't.
just he asked me not to do it. I don't know if he is allowed to limit this, but that is ungodly long. All right.
Yeah, mobile ads are
The devil.
kind of, yeah, they're unfortunate. But like I was saying, I was curious like how these levels are or puzzles are designed to begin with, and with a game like this where the physics are just so open-ended, like there's going to be like countless possible solutions to each level, probably, right?
100%. And then where this gets interesting too is I believe he's got a level maker.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, when this is available to everyone, we can do that. Ah, This gets chessy in that, like, if you're limited on items, there's only so much you could do right, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
So this one I think is more straightforward, but I could be wrong. That's funny. No.
Optional.
And hopefully this isn't boring to you to just watch me play this and talk, but
No, I'm enjoying this.
yeah, and I would
Like
probably
it's
still, to be honest, I mean, this is a fun game and I'm happy to be back playing this because I honestly beaten most of it and then like forgot. That makes any
mm.
sense. But Radical Racers, I didn't upgrade my car in time,
Yeah.
and now I can't beat the game, even with
Yeah.
money. Even
Oh, there's another cheat.
oh,
There's
what's the other
always
cheat?
when you're on the home screen, you just push A and it advances to the next race. I,
Indeed.
I can't remember if in this version if you're in a race if you just push W, you might just win the race. Um, my cheats are super difficult. But yeah, like so this version is obviously up on my website, but I it's not one I would expect or recommend people to play. Like I'll put
That
up
was the
X.
if you look, I got the solution of this one is one of those harder ones where it's like
Oh,
timing based,
nice.
which is why the 4x speed is like so killer. Because with this game, I actually did get to play some of this through beta,
Mhm.
and like 2x or even 1x would just be untenable.
Yeah,
Okay,
and like I know I had the opportunity to try it in beta also, which I didn't, and I feel bad about that, but I just kind of had other stuff going on at the time. Um, but
okay, we're almost to the first level. Almost.
and how many levels are there?
There are 8. There are a lot.
Nice.
Okay. Wonder if I can just do like that. That might work. Okay. Actually, I think I remember like a solution I did to this, which isn't ideal. It's just like that. Hmm, weird. Think I can catapult myself, use the rock. Is there enough space there for that is the question. There should be. It looks like there would be, right?
Looks like it, yeah.
I forget that, but yeah, you can zoom in. Okay.
Oh, nice.
It's a good thing to remember. Okay, good. That'll be useful because if I do it from a higher distance, that should work, right? Perfect. And then I think I can just have a rock down here. And that's enough. Like that'll plug it up and yep, solution. Oh no. What? Hmm.
That other thing is in the way.
Interesting. Okay, actually,
Interesting
let's
if
another
true.
one that's common with these, right, is a big boulder on this chair tends to cause it to fall over. And this mobile ad, well, look at this, look at that car. It's like yours. It's like Radical Racer. 50,000 for that car. I gotta upgrade it.
fifty
Gotta
thousand
give it a
dollars. What?
new paint a coat. Let's see how long it takes before I'm allowed to skip. Oh yeah, I definitely am willing to just pay $2 for this game. The reason I'm leaving the ads on for the stream, by the way, is literally to test out the ad functionality from my friend.
Yeah, no,
That's kind
that's
of
totally
amusing.
fair.
All right. So I figure this stage and then call it good, call it a night.
Yeah, sounds good.
Any suggestions? My horrible.
So you have, are those two walls that you have, or is like one of them a,
I don't have a wall. I
oh, one
have.
of them's a plank or a
There's a
piece
plank
of,
that
what's that top
can
thing you
move.
have? That's not a wall?
That's a wall. I have like this does that, right?
And you can't move the
Ooh,
chair, that's
actually,
just
oh, I
stays
think
there.
oh man, I shouldn't have gotten rid of my old solution because I think I can do, like, check this. Alfric could get in there, right? Like that's enough space. Maybe. Trying to see if like that would be, I'm trying to see like if I can get him enough space
Hmm.
to drop in, but then this thing falls out, if that makes any sense.
What kind of crazy workshop does this guy have?
I know, right? What was he thinking?
Yeah, these walls, places,
Hmm.
lots of chairs.
It's not
Because
quite gonna work.
assuming that chair is like a normal sized chair, what even is this room?
You
What
know,
is happening here?
it's the
I have this wall that hangs down to knee height.
I'm trying to remember because I've done this before where I just like topple the chair with a rock, but I'm failing. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it looks like it almost is.
Because I think the right solution is, and at least initially, right? Kind of annoyed because I was like, all right, let's call it a night. And then I'm like, let's finish this last stage. And now I'm like
Mhm.
pot committed.
And yeah, we gotta
Got
figure
up.
this out.
Okay, so that's pretty straightforward, right? The rock knocks him over. That looks like a really good start.
Hmm. But then you have that other.
Question is, can I make the rock interesting?
Hmm.
Okay. What's annoying me is I've done this before, so well, that's fun. I don't hate that as a start, but I mean, honestly, I just need to.
It seems possible. Like it seems close.
Well, this seems like a giveaway, right? Because he's just going to fall if I don't, and this is the only thing like tiny enough to fit underneath him. But the question is, do I actually? Here's a stupider question. I don't. I wonder if I even need the rock.
Oh, that's
Like, what
a
happens
good
if I just
question.
do this? Fine. Okay, so he's just going to fall that way. That's fine. How big can I make this block? Okay,
And
so
you,
I'm
you
going to
can you
need.
can you can can you make the plank bigger if you angle it up? Will it have more room to fit under him?
Angle it up. Interesting question.
Like if you rotate the plank counterclockwise, yeah. Can you make it larger and still fit under him? Maybe not much.
Actually, yes. Oh, that's interesting. And now another mobile game.
Yeah, like
Done.
it's too bad that ads have to show up like while you're still working on the same level. I get it though. Like,
But again, here's the thing. Just so we're clear, this game is $2. Like, it's a
oh
fun
yeah,
game.
like it's
I would recommend just paying for it. Like, this is a fun game. And like a friend of mine made it. I dig it. Like if Radical Racers was $2, like if I needed to do that, I'd laugh, but I would still 100% be behind it. Um,
yeah,
but
and I don't mean to like criticize anything. Like that's just the state of mobile gaming, right? And it would absolutely be worth $2 to get rid of that.
which is like in general the intent, right? Like
Sure.
the ads aren't meant to sell you that stupid game. They're meant to incentivize you to like play the
Well,
game.
yeah, well, and my understanding is if you don't do like those like full screen intermittent ads like that, you can do just like little banner ads, but like it's not worth it then, right?
Oh, cool. All right. Well, this actually technically worked. That was enough momentum to get him over.
Wow.
This was silly. I was trying to solve a problem I didn't need to. Sorry, but I got to hang out with my friend a little longer. I got to talk longer. Never mind. Sorry, everyone. Christmas is canceled. All right, huzzah. We got to Radical
Very
Racers
nice.
Class C. We got past Alfric level 1 through 9. I enjoyed this. I'd be cool to just continue this next one. And with what I know about Radical Racers, either get myself in a position where I'm just ready to go in Class C. And then yeah, this was and I'll see what the progress of Android is, because it would be fun to see you play along as well.
Yeah, I
Spoilers
would.
for everybody on the first 9 levels of Alfric.
Yeah.
Alfric's Workshop, I believe, is the official title. Yeah, the feedback I'll
Oh,
give to
Alfred's
Rob that I'll
workshop.
remember is the settings thing shouldn't show personal information to incentivize streaming, right? Like that should be hidden or something by default. Ads do their job. This is easily worth $2. And at some point in the future, like especially when we can both do it, I really want to see the level maker, because that would, like to your point, that's what we started with, like Super Mario Maker.
Yeah.
We had some levels where we were racing against each other, so it would be fun if this thing gets enough, interaction engagement for us to build levels for each other.
Yeah, for sure. And next time, what we can do if you um, like I feel like we've seen enough of like this version of Radical Racers for people to kind of like get it.
So okay, to answer me this, because I got to Class C. How far am I from the end?
Oh,
How
you're
many more
far.
races?
You're
How?
far.
Why? Why? What is the matter
Because
with you?
like I said, Top Gear 2 was one of my inspirations, and I wanted as many races as it had, and it had 64.
There's 64
Well,
races, and I'm on race.
there's only 60. And that is because as you get into the later races, the cars actually get really fast and it gets a little unhinged. And so I took the last classes of cars and I made it its own career as the hypercar world championship or whatever I called it. And there's also Radical Racers World Championship Extended, which does have like 68 or 70 races. I don't remember. But
Who hurt
regardless,
you, man? Who
but,
hurt you?
I made so many tracks for this game. Most of which aren't even in the game. But no, what I was gonna say though is like the game gets too difficult. I will put up Radical Racers X.1 for next time, and so we can kind of see
Oh, you've
those
got some stuff
changes.
there. You're ready to go. This Radical
Yeah,
Racer Secret.
Radical Racer Secret. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's ready to go, and it's got some changes that I'm kind of excited about. But it's just it's better. It's
Okay,
it's 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 it's, it's
Alfric's
the one
what?
to play. So nobody play the one that's up there now. It's
No, play it. It's
kind of
fun.
fun. But the next one is like
We're
the
gonna
one
give
to
a
invest any
free
time in.
giveaway.
But
I'm on
wait,
air
what?
to 3 people watching. No, no, no.
What? Who?
For if you have an iPhone, I will Venmo you $2 for Alfric's workshop if you can beat. I'm not even going to say the whole game. If you can beat 40 levels, screenshot of 40 levels of Radical Racers V0 or whatever it's called.
X
What
point
is
zero
X.0 VX.0?
version X
If you
point
beat
zero. Yeah.
40 levels of Radical Racers VX.0 and send me a screenshot on some social media, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, I'll Venmo you $2 for Alfred's workshop.
I think
That
that is a great offer. Um,
yeah.
Also, for anyone who's been watching, you heard me say what the cheats are, so it's pretty easy to do.
I did not think of this, but yeah, even that's going to take time. What you cannot use the A. That'll be the one.
I was gonna say it'll take like three
You can use
seconds.
the you can use the M. You can use the M, but
Okay.
you cannot use the A. And we're on the honor code here apparently.
Yeah,
That's what I got.
I
All
guess
right,
so.
well this has been 2TV Gaming.
This has
Thanks
been
for
2TV
watching,
Gaming Indie Game Edition. Yeah, this is
which
a
will
lot of
be
fun.
for the foreseeable future, which I'm a fan of.
I'm excited about it. Yeah, this is fun. I like what we're doing here. Yeah, I guess if anyone's still here, thanks for hanging out, and look forward to playing more indie games next time.
All right, have a good one.
All right, see ya.